Good day, people of God, and welcome to day 28 of Wisdom in 31 Days. By the special grace of God, our Bible verse for today is going to be taken from Proverbs 28, verse 9. Proverbs 28, verse 9, and I read: God detests the prayers of a person who ignores the law. God detests the prayer of a person who ignores the law. Law in this state refers to as both God's law and the law that governs the place where you stay, or your nation, or your country, or your state. Now, when you don't obey the law, both the law of God and the law of the states where you're living, or the law that is governing your country or wherever you're staying, God doesn't answer your prayer, because God wants us to do what is required of us before we can render our request to Him. This text is just as easy as it is. If you want to pray and want to be sure that God has answered your prayer, first of all, that thing which God has told you not to do, don't do it. That thing which is a crime in your community, in your state, don't do it. Let's say you offer bribes to people, you give somebody money to do something for you. God doesn't want us to do it. God wants us to keep our environment clean. You say a poster that says "Do not litter." Do not litter, because these are laws. These are disciplines. These are doctrine that will make our country or our state a better place to live in. Romans 13 verse 1 says, everyone must submit to governing authorities, for all authority comes from God, and those in positions of authority have been placed there by God. So this verse is telling us that all authorities, like God knows about all authorities, all leadership, all positions occupied by anybody. God is aware about it. And God wants us to obey the law, obey those authorities. God wants us to fulfill the word, both His law and then the law of our nation, the law guiding our nations. So what's our take out for today? God wants us to obey His law, for us to have a very, very good and effective communication and relationship with Him, for us to have a prayer and answer relationship with God. God wants us to obey His law, obey everything that He has asked us to do, live to His promises, live His law, live by His word, live according to His word, and then obey the laws of our land. Thank you so much for joining me on day 28 of Wisdom 31 Days. See you on day 29, and God bless you.